Hey guys, what's up? It's GGamer0 here, and today, I'm bringing a different video, a theory video that you guys probably by the title just thinking, what the hell's going on here? I don't blame you. It's a pretty wild theory, but I feel there's a link to it, and it could be a possible theory. So before I break into the link between Dr. Maxis and the Shadow Man, I want to quickly explain a backstory so you guys can get up to speed and get to my level of where I'm coming from. And so for those who don't know, Treyarch, when they did their press conference a few weeks ago before Black Ops 3 came out, Charlie Intel was there and the question was asked about zombies. Essentially, the question was referring to the link between Black Ops 3 zombies and the original story. Treyarch did say there was going to be a link, and I'll show some more footage to help support that later on in the video, but I want to go back now to the Dr. Maxis and the Shadow Man. So for those who don't know, this is what the Shadow Man looks like. You can see him as soon as you start the round. If you go into theater mode later on, you'll be able to see it. In my opinion, I reckon he looks still a lot like Dr. Maxis. So as we look, he's got his beard, he's very formally dressed, he's got the white beard, and of course a scar on the side of his face. If you look at Dr. Maxis here, he's got the white beard, he's bald, but he's still got a scar across the top of his forehead. And putting those together, they have a very similar look. The second point I want to make is that Dr. Maxis is kind of like a protagonist for us. He's trying to help us get to peace and what. Whilst the Shadow Man is trying to make the characters in this realm, this zombies area, pay for our sins for the things we've done wrong. Unfortunately, in my opinion, I don't think Dr. Maxis is the kind of guy that we think he is. So I'm going to play an audio clip which I got from Mr. Ruffle Waffle. I will link his channel in the description, so please check him out. But just check this audio clip out and have a listen.
To any survivors of this realm, I am truly sorry. I wish I could offer you some words of comfort, but I cannot. It is my hope that I can rid the universe of the evil that has plagued us for so long. But in my heart, I know many more dimensions will be lost forever as we continue our journey towards peace. Forgive me.
So you're probably wondering why I would be making the theory that Dr. Maxis isn't the person. Well, in my opinion, this is developed by Treyarch, are very well known for their massive surprises, discrepancy, and just the crazy stuff they come up with. It blows everyone's mind. So I personally think that Dr. Maxis is actually going to turn out to be the antagonist, and is actually going to be the bad person within the story. Therefore, I'm saying that Richtofen is actually going to turn out to be the protagonist, and is going to be the one that helps us. Now, you're probably thinking that's a pretty wild call, and I don't blame you. Richtofen has done a lot of betrayals. He's betrayed Dr. Maxis, and it's just, from what he's done, it's kind of not on the best side. But what we need to think about is that with Treyarch, they're up to anything. So it would be a massive plot twist to find out that Dr. Maxis is actually the one that's going to become the problem, and Dr. Riffin's the one that's saving us to peace. So obviously that's my guess. I'm going to back it up right now with, if you guys focused on Dr. Maxis' quote, he goes, he wants to lead us to peace. He also mentioned survivors in this realm, which therefore means there are multiple realms and multiple universes. So I'm going to back that up again with another sheet that you can find within Shadows of Evil. So this next photo is again from Mr. Mr. Ruffle Waffle. Check out his channel, link in the description. So now this ties into the first thing I was stating, between the connection between the original stories and Black Ops 3 Zombies. The connection is you can hear Dr. Maxis, you see Dr. Richtofen in the Giant, but as well as you get to see Richtofen at the end of the Easter egg in the Shadows of Evil. Now, I'm going to play a clip of what he says, and then I'll link it back to this photo right here.
I'm so sorry. I really don't have time to explain. I have a universe to set right. Thank you, and goodbye.
So there you go. You see Richtofen, and as he says, he has to set the universe right. For those who don't know, within that summoning key is the actual Shadow Man entrapped within it. And Richtofen's just taken that from them, and that was for the players to get the characters to get out of the actual realm that they're in. They're stuck within now the zombie realm. That was their one escape out, and it's gone. So going back to the connection, as you can see in this photo, you can see multiple Earths on the side, which could represent the fact of multiverse, as well as one that's crossed out. Now that symbolizes one of two things. One, that the Earth that's crossed out is one that needs to be repaired, and the one that we could be stuck within. But on the same side, it does say a universe has been born, the others must be undone. And then it shows what looks to be like wormholes. Obviously, next to those two, what look to be wormholes, one says, I believe says world chest, and the other one says world volume. And the wormholes would represent the time travel that Richtofen and his crew are doing between Dries and the other universes they're doing. As you can see, Richtofen time traveled into this realm to grab the summoning key. So that pretty much supports the argument of the connection between the original zombies and Black Ops 3 Zombies. But I want you also to focus on the right. If you look at this as a house and it says the children are safe in there, and what cuts off with a H to present how. Now they specified children, not child, children. So if you guys think back to Origins, the ending of Origins, I'm going to play the clip now and you'll see what happened.
Girls don't know enough about zombies.
What's the choice of my children? Make sure the windows are locked before you come down to the basement.
We'd better do what your dad says. I didn't even get my turn.
Tomorrow, Eddie, you get to make the rules. I promise. Come on, Fluffy.
I wish the heroes in our stories were real, Sam.
I know what you mean. But we will make everything okay. My dad says he has a plan.
So as you heard, Samantha said, my father has a plan. Another thing we noticed is that the alarm went off. So you can hear the siren in the background go off and they had to go to the basement, lock the windows and whatnot. This could simply imply one of two things. One, that this is before Dr. Maxis teleported, or it could also support the fact that Dr. Maxis screwed something up and Richtofen is now going to set that right. Now again, you're probably thinking, but hold on a second, Richtofen has done so much bad stuff, how is it possible that he is the one that's going to help us? Well, again, I'll show you a clip from the Giant trailer and you'll pick up on something that I want you to see.
Damn it, Richtofen, I thought we were done with this!
What can I say, Dempsey? Things change.
Only a fool would dare to change history!
I am no fool. What I do only to secure a better tomorrow.
Yeah, well, let's see if we live to see it.
So what I wanted you to see was old Richtofen getting shot by the young Richtofen, who was obviously sent back in time and to come back to where they were at the present. Nikolai also stated you're a fool for wanting to change time, and obviously Richtofen replied back saying, I didn't want to change time, I do what I do to secure a better tomorrow. This is where I realized that perhaps Richtofen realized he made a mistake and therefore he went back to fix it, and perhaps in doing that, Maxis stepped in the way and did something himself. So essentially there's the twist of Richtofen transforming from the old character he was, the old habits he had of being the enemy, the antagonist, to actually turning into the protagonist and helping us get a better tomorrow. We also know that the summoning key plays a massive part in the next updates, next DLC, because in the Giant, Richtofen says something to Nikolai, and I'll play that now.
Though we may not see eye to eye, Nikolai, know this. I possess an artifact that will help us on our journey.
Obviously, that artifact means the summoning key, and if you play the Giant again, there's little pieces of paper that you can collect, just like you did in the Shadows of Evil to show Dr. Maxis' diary. You can collect these pieces to show another thing. And if you put them together, you'll notice the actual summoning key with a cube inside it, within the cube is a gun. So obviously it looks like an AK-47 or as some type of an AK series, but if you also look in the corners, there's different spheres which could represent different Earths, which could obviously represent the entire multiverse, which is what we're trying to save. I know I stated in the beginning how I believe the Shadow Man's still trapped inside the ball. Although we technically did kill him, I still believe there's a part of him within inside it, and I believe that part of him is actually Dr. Maxis. Now, some of you will probably be thinking, but hold on, how does that work if the Shadow Man is summoned by Cthulhu and he's doing out Cthulhu's dirty work? What I'll come back with is that the fact that we're in the multiverse is that he could be possessed by Cthulhu in this universe, but when it comes to a different multiverse, Cthulhu might not even exist. And for those who don't know who Cthulhu is, he's like a god, or it is like a god, like a deity, amongst other gods. If you watch South Park, you'll probably notice that, like, there's an episode with Cartman, and it's pretty funny, so probably watch that. That's my opinion, that's my theory. I reckon Dr. Maxis is going to go rogue, and he's going to actually be the antagonist. This is Black Ops we're talking about, this is Treyarch, they just surprise us with everything. So I do believe that Dr. Maxis is the Shadow Man, or somehow is integrated, somehow as a part of him, part of his soul is that the Shadow Man, somehow they're both connected. So this is my theory, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, it does help me out. And if you guys got a different theory or what you reckon will happen, post in the comments down below, and that would be awesome. And yeah, if you guys do enjoy my stuff, feel free to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Houston, say again, please.